Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good pleasant Tuesday afternoon. I be to all my beloved student H2P5. Okay, so where am I? Okay, kalau you tengok ni cikgu kat sini lah. So I'm still dekat hospital Najiyah Okay, so let's proceed with our discussion. Hoping everybody is in a good condition. Uzaifa is already here. Okay, so make sure you all drop your attendance by writing. Okay, I can see Aida, Nazif, Kaisa, Dania, Awatif, Teben Raju, Ahmad Awais, Laura, Nadiratul, Auni. Please alert your friends in class. Make sure everybody is join our class today. Okay, so what we're going to do today, this week is week 11. According to our teaching and learning schedule, we should settle chapter 6. Okay, Haikal, okay, alright. Hoping you alert Burhan as well. Burhan, cik tak nampak lagi ni, Andrew, Chaili. Okay, what are we going to do, class? Okay, as you can see here, okay, this is where hospital. Okay, so I'll stop the video cam. Okay, and Huzaifah is already here. Huzaifah, boleh dengar cikgu tak Huzaifah? Cikgu jemput Huzaifah.
Boleh madam. Boleh.
Okay, so cikgu terima kasih Huzaifah. So can teacher invite Huzaifah to recite a doa, please? Jom kita doa dulu sekejap sebelum we proceed with our discussion. Okay,
Boleh madam.
Huzaifah. Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wa anshur alaina min khaza'in rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbi shrah lana sudurana wa yassir lana amrana wahlul 'uqdatam min lisatina yafqahu aqwalana. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik sallim. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin ya rabbal alamin. Okay, so thank you Anak Anda Huzaifah. Alright, basically what we are going to do today, class. Okay, we are going to settle chapter 6, which is C4 and CAM plan. Okay, but before that, allow me to have to give a brief idea before you can really understand the C4 and C4 plan and CAM plan. Okay, a teacher would like you to have an idea dulu about C3 plans. Okay, so I will share the video from H2P4 class regarding this C4 C3 plans later on. Okay, for this afternoon we're going to proceed with the two types of another cycle, which is C4 plants and pathway, the pathway, which is C4 pathway and CM pathway. Okay, before we can do that, teacher would just like you to have an idea. Okay, for those who yang maybe tak go through lagi what is a Kelvin cycle all about. Okay, or atau tak macam tak familiar lagi about C3 okay, C3 plant. So when teacher mention about C3 plant, okay, I think you all can see my slide, class please drop in the chat box if you can see my you can see my slide, right, class? Okay, I think okay, Huzaifah boleh nampak sampai Ustaz Cikgu?
Boleh madam, boleh.
Okay, so where are you? Dekat asrama ke tutorial?
Saya dekat asrama madam sebab dalam asrama line okey sikit lah. Sebab takut kacau tak
Okay
tutup.
lah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, cuma I think, okay, thank you Ali Izzati. Alright, okay. Sebab StreamYard ni sometimes it takes quite a lot of data lah internet so better you do not do on your cam lah Okay, so you all dah respond, dia dengar cikgu and boleh nampak slide. So basically class after you learn ataupun you have go through about the non-cyclic photophosphorylation and also cyclic relation, which is under light dependent reaction. Now we are moving to the light independent reaction, which is actually a Kelvin cycle. Okay, so mentioned about Kelvin cycle, this is another metabolic pathway that you need to master class in order for you to prepare for your PSPM2. Okay, so when talk about Kelvin cycle, is actually we are referring to the C3 plants. Okay, so apa C3 plants? Okay, C3 ialah pokok-pokok sekeliling kamu ni lah kelas Okay, all the plants that you can see around you is actually most of it is a C3 plants. Okay, pokok rambutan, pokok durian, all the C3 plants. So when mention about C3 plants, they undergo this three phase. Okay, so teacher would like to mention this three phase before I pass this to Huzaifa. Okay, to present about the C4 and also nanti easy about the CM plants. Okay. Sorry, Huzaifa CM, easy C4. Okay, when talking about before we can understand that two type of C4 and CAM plants, okay, you have to get an idea dulu about the C3 plants. Okay, C3 plants it involves three phase. Okay, so the first phase teacher sebut balik kelas I hope you can refer this to your notes, right? Okay, so the first phase is the carbon fixation. Right, as you all know, okay, the raw material for photosynthesis, we need carbon dioxide, right? Okay, the gas. And as you all know, the carbon molecule, the one atom carbon here, how to fix this carbon in order to convert this one carbon molecule to become the glucose molecule after all, okay? Okay, so this is what we learn. So in order to understand this, you learn about Kelvin cycle. So the first phase is you fix the carbon cycle. Sorry, you fix the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, the carbon fixation is actually involve the first phase. Okay, the second phase is carbon reduction. Again, teacher emphasize carbon reduction. Okay, when mention about reduction, automatically you have to bear in mind. Okay, I always share this in class. Girl. Okay, girl, gaining electron. Reduction means gaining electron. So, in light dependent reaction, which involve non-cyclic and cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, that time, okay, you learn about how NADPH, right, as an electron carrier. This is an electron carrier. Okay, this electron carrier. So this electron that will be carried by NADPH will be transferred to the molecule during the second phase. So that's why we call it a carbon reduction, right? Okay, and from this carbon reduction, okay, you will know one pathway to form the sugar. Okay, sugar that needs by the plants lah, right? Okay, and then after that, after done with the objective of this Calvin cycle, okay, and then after that this Calvin cycle will be complete by the third phase, what we call as a regeneration of the carbon dioxide acceptor. Okay, so actually during the first phase where the carbon dioxide is fixed, right, where the gases of carbon dioxide is fixed, is actually involve the carbon dioxide acceptor, right? So in order to cycle again, okay, we need the carbon dioxide acceptor. That's why it involves the third phase. Okay, so basically that is all about Kelvin cycle, which involve three phases. Okay, so what is exactly happen in class? So I think in our tutorial, sorry, in our notes, okay, you can refer this. Okay, when teacher mentioned about first phase, so I would like to emphasize you with the three molecule class. Okay, what are the first molecule? So the first molecule is the carbon dioxide acceptor. So what is the name, the full name of the carbon dioxide acceptor? So the full name of the dioxide acceptor is the ribulose. Teacher mentioned earlier class. Ribulose dash 1,5 dash bisphosphate, where in the where is actually the short form is RUB. Okay, so tips for examination during PSPM2. Okay, when you write down the essay question, teacher would like you to write down first. Okay, class, complete sentence here. Okay, the terms of ribulose dash 1,5 dash bisphosphate. And then dalam kurungan you put it is R, a small letter U, and BP is the capital letter. Okay, afterwards when you explain the next point, okay, you hanya boleh tulis sekali kan, you tulis sekali je. But after that, when you write down the next point, you write RUBP, then it's okay already. Boleh kelas okay? So RUBP is the carbon dioxide acceptor. I want you to bear in mind kelas So because nanti the third phase, during the third phase, you are going to learn the metabolic pathway, how to regenerate this carbon dioxide acceptor. Okay, so carbon dioxide, each means setiap satu gas carbon dioxide, right? Okay, satu carbon dioxide will fix to satu molecule RUBP, which consists 5 carbon. Faham kelas Okay, understand So carbon dioxide is from outside, satu carbon here with the 5 carbon. San, Se, U, 5 carbon. Okay, 5 carbon. This what it calls a ribulose 1-1 means kelas carbon number 1 and carbon number 5, there's a phosphate group here. Okay, so 5 carbon is a carbon dioxide acceptor, okay, which will fix the carbon dioxide, and uh, that is what we call carbon dioxide fixation. Okay, and talking about this carbon fixation, as we already learned under biocatalysis, this process must be helped by enzyme, must be catalyzed by enzyme. So another molecule that you need to memorize is the enzyme that catalyzes the fixation of carbon dioxide with the ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. So as you all know, when we learn about under biocatalysis, okay, knowing the enzyme, the enzyme, the reaction is very specific, right? Okay, so when this is the substrate, so the enzyme will exactly flow the name of the substrate. So tampak sini kan ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. Okay, so this is the enzyme. Please memorize this enzyme process. It's a very important. Okay, and when this enzyme fix the carbon dioxide with ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate, okay, the product that produced is 3-phosphoglycerate. Okay, kelas setiap satu carbon dioxide it can produce 3-phosphoglycerate. Dua biji satu carbon dioxide, okay, kelas one one carbon dioxide it can produce two PGA. Okay, right, so that is the first phase, right? Next, after this PGA is already produced, okay, what is next? Okay, before this PGA can undergo reduction, in other way, okay, where this PGA can receive the electron, okay, it needs to go phosphorylation first. That means ATP that produced during the light dependent reaction will be used here, right, to phosphorylate the G3P. So from the the 3-phosphoglycerate it becomes, okay, the 3-phosphoglycerate receive another phosphate group from the ATP, so it will produce the 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate. Okay, so teacher hope the class when dealing with phosphorylation with ATP phosphorylated, the process known as phosphorylation. All right, now, okay, that this is uh, where we can see the reduction take place in class. Okay, so here the 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate will undergo reduction where the NADPH that act as an electron carrier, right, the electron that gain from the light dependent reaction, the cyclic and the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, this electron will be passed to the 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate. So this molecule will undergo reduction, meaning receive the electron and become glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Okay, so this is the 3 carbon molecular class. Right? So before this the G3P can enter the third phase, okay, you need to know actually the reduction, the phase after this G3P is formed. Okay, there are 6 G3P, so one will undergo where it will be used to produce a sugar, right, and also another glucose or another organic compounds base ataupun based on the requirement of the plants lah. Okay, and how about the 5G3P? So the 5G3P will undergo the last phase, what we call is the regeneration of carbon dioxide. Okay, this one class okay, regeneration of carbon dioxide receptor, which is RUBP. Okay, where in this phase the three RUBP molecule, they will rearrange. So these five molecule rearrange isomerization to become three RUP molecule. Okay, and this cycle, in order to this process, this metabolism take place, okay, it needs ATP. Require ATP. Alright, okay, so done with that. So overall, that is all about Kelvin cycle. So teacher hope, okay, I want you to take note, okay. I think that in our notes also ada benda ni kelas okay. So what you need to take note, if your Kelvin cycle involve three carbon dioxide, okay, three carbon dioxide, so you involve two cycle. Okay, class But if you shows one carbon dioxide involved, so it only involve one cycle in order to produce the one molecule of sugar. Right? Depends on the books that you refer. But after all, it backs to the same concept lah. Okay. Okay, so that is the cover Kelvin cycle. And for photo respiration, I think nanti you all later on you refer to a video that from H2P4, okay, in order to understand this photophosphorylation, because this photophosphorylation ada kaitannya dengan this enzyme. Okay, like teacher mentioned, this enzyme ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. Okay, this enzyme actually it can catalyze oxygen. Actually, dia carbon dioxide. But when there is a presence of oxygen, oxygen can act as a competitive inhibitor. So that's why nama dia kelas ni carboxylase oxygenase. Carboxylase means it can catalyze the carbon dioxide. Oxygenase is also can catalyze the oxygen. Okay, so I hope that you can get this concept of it. Now, we are going to move and pass this to Huzaifa. Huzaifa, you still there, right? Okay, so Huzaifa will
Yes,
continue.
madam.
If you have any question, you can drop in the meeting chat, in the live chat class, so that you can entertain your question. Okay, Huzaifa, teacher pass it to you. Farina nak join. Okay, Farina, jom. Cikgu bawa kamu naik studio. Oh, Farina, you are the one that going to present for your group, is it? Farina group mana ni? Ke saya saja nak join? Actually it's okay. Kalau your internet is okay, then it's fine for me. Okay, lagi ramai lagi best kan? Okay, so Zaifa, I pass it to you. Okay, cikgu akan buka your slide. Where is your slide? Zaifa sihat?
Sehat, madam. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Cukup makan
Lebih
Dah
dari cukup,
dapat
madam.
duit apa dah masuk Patutlah senyum je, banyak senyum muka. Okay, so
Uh,
I will pass this to sorry, Zaifa, you are doing CAM, right?
yes,
CAM.
madam.
What CAM? Okay, I think
Uh,
we let the group easy dulu lah. Group easy siapa yang akan present? Farina ke? Who going to present group? Kita buat C4 dulu lah, Zaifa Allow the Danu, Syafiqah, Izzy. So, siapa yang akan
alright,
present
madam.
untuk group? Izzy ni? Farina dah keluar dah. Tadi Izzy cakap Danu. So, where's Danu? Izzy, okay. You are going to present for your group, is it? Or someone else? Is it Danu or you? Okay, kalau Izzy yang present, so you just join the SIMRAT link that teacher shared just now. Okay, and you can join us together with Zaifa in the studio. Okay, so leave it to Izzy to discuss with their team members. Izzy is already here. Okay, Izzy, okay. So I invite you and
Oh,
we
dah.
shall. Okay, Izzy, sehat?
Alhamdulillah sihat, madam.
Alhamdulillah, syukur. Dah makan?
Oh, dah.
Dah, okay. Patutlah. Suara, dengar suara pun cikgu dengar sangat energetik tu. Alright,
Okay,
so I'll
betul.
pass this to Izzy and the group to
Baik.
share their thought about the C4 plants. Okay, Izzy,
Baik, madam.
pass to you. Okay,
Okay,
silakan.
so C4 plant or the Hatch Slack pathway is named because they preface the Kelvin cycle with an alternate mode of carbon fixation that forms four carbon compound as its first product.
Okay, again, Izzy, teacher would like you to emphasize this because this is very important. Okay, again, C4 plant.
Mhm.
How this plant differ from C3 plants? Because the
Because
first product. Hmm,
they pre, they form four carbon compounds as its first product.
yeah, yes, this is a very important point in class in order for you to differentiate between the C3 and C4. Okay, so C4 plant, kalau C3 tadi like teacher mentioned, the first product is the 3 carbon compound. Am I right? Okay, but for C4 is a 4 carbon compound. Itu satu. Okay, what else? Kenapa jagung ni Zee? Kenapa tunjuk jagung ni?
Sebab dia C4 plant, madam.
Yeah, example, definitely. Okay,
Example.
congratulations is this group. Jagung, corn is one of the example that shows this H slack pathway. Right, tadi Kelvin cycle ataupun C3 pathway. Okay, but C4 plants, C3 plants is actually Kelvin cycle. But this one C4, okay, this is known as the scientists that discover this pathway. Okay, so we we honor to them. We use the H slack pathway. Okay, so jom, uh, why we need to know this anatomy before we can proceed to know the metabolism process?
Because we need to understand the plant first before we go on. Yeah.
Okay.
So in C4 plants, there are two types of photosynthetic cells, which are the bundle sheath cells. It is arranged tightly, packed sheath around the veins of leaf, and the mesophyll cells, which is loosely arranged between the bundle sheath and the leaf surface.
Uh, alright. Okay. So, C3 plant kat mana? Kalau ceritanya easy lah ataupun Huzaifah if the C3 plants, which which type of photosynthetic cells involved? Only
Uh,
kalau C3 plant only mesophyll
mesophyll cells. Yeah.
surface cell. Okay. So this is another differences that you can detect between the C3. Right. Okay. So in C3 only involve one photosynthetic cell. Okay, only one types which is mesophyll cell. But for C4 plants, this is the unique of it. That means pokok jagung, okay, in order to undergo the photosynthesis process, it would involve these two type of photosynthetic cell. Okay, is known bundle sheet cell and mesophyll cell. Okay, satu lagi yang teacher nak easy share. This type of anatomy leaf, what we call this arrangement.
The trans anatomy.
Yeah, Kranz anatomy, okay, Kranz anatomy. So this is all the terms that you need to get familiar class, right? The bundle sheet cell, Kranz anatomy, okay, the C4 plant ataupun apa tadi class, H slack pathway, and also apa ni? And also the apa tadi class? The Kranz anatomy leaf. Okay, Kranz anatomy leaf. Okay, jadi pokok jagung shows this Kranz anatomy leaf. Alright, so let's see how the metabolic process. That means the first product is the C4. Okay, so jom, is it? Okay,
Okay, baik, madam. So the leaf anatomy of C4
mula-mula
plant
berlaku kat mana? Mula berlaku kat
dekat
mana?
mesophyll cells.
Okay, so the first process will take place at mesophyll cell. Okay, And what is the enzyme that involved here?
The PEP carboxylase.
Yeah, PEP carboxylase, right? Okay, next.
Next. The PEP carboxylase has a higher affinity towards carbon dioxide compared to rubisco and will not fix O2.
Okay, so if you all understand about the photorespiration, this enzyme is very specific. Kalau RUBP decarboxylase oxygenase just now, they have to compete between carbon dioxide and oxygen as well. Okay, but for this PEP carboxylase, nama pun carboxylase, so it's a very specific. Okay, only affinity to its carbon dioxide. Okay, alright. So how it will fix?
The PEP carboxylase can fix carbon efficiently during hot and dry day when stomata are partially closed.
Yeah, so this is the problem that faced by C3 plants. Okay, during if you can read up again the class, understand the concept. Okay, during the hot and dry day for C3 plants, okay, that is their problem. They have to close their stomach. Okay, kalau tak nanti air akan habis. Okay, dia akan they have to conserve their water. But for C4 plants, okay, the good about it is tak kisahlah kat luar tu panas ke apa ke, okay, they have their own strategy because just now their leaf is crans anatomy leaf, right? Okay, so how they fix the carbon dioxide?
Boleh madam?
How they fix carbon dioxide? Is it?
During the hot and dry day when stomata are partially closed.
Okay. Can you name the first product, which is the four carbon molecule that you mentioned just now for the C4 plants? What is the first product?
Uh, Oxaloacetate.
Carbon dioxide,
What's that?
ada enzyme. Yeah, okay, yes. Oxalo acetate, the four carbon, right? The oxalo acetate. So the first pathway it take it the metabolism take part at the mesophyll cell. Am I right? Okay. Okay. Next. Now, where does the carbon cycle occur in the C4 plants? Kat mana berlaku carbon cycle?
Dalam bundle sheath cell.
Ya, okay. So, actually kelas di C4 plant dia tak ada complicated sangat. Kalau you understand the concept, actually dia sangat direct. But you bermain dengan perkataan lah you bermain dengan molecule chemistry. Because this is the metabolic pathway, so you are dealing with all the chemical substances so you have to get familiar with all the terms. Okay, the molecule that involved, right? Okay, so just now you mentioned, okay, the first product that produced is oxaloacetate. Short form is OAA. This is the difference between C4 and C3 class Okay. And then what next? Before this oxaloacetate can continue to next process under bundle sheet cell. Okay, what happened to oxaloacetate? Is it, are you there?
Apa dia? Madam tak clear. Saya line teruk kot. Dia putus-putus.
Okay. After the oxaloacetate is already formed, boleh dengar cik Okay, after the oxaloacetate is already formed, what's next? What happened to this oxaloacetate before it can enter bundle sheet cell?
It is reduced to malate.
Okay, as you can see from the diagram, if you can see from the diagram here, okay, it's still for carbon. Oxaloacetate for carbon, malate for bundle sheet shell, bundle sheet cell. Okay, so the oxaloacetate need to undergo the process of reduce to become malate. Okay? Alright, so what happened? What's next? What happened to Malik?
The malate is transported into the bundle sheath cell via plasmodesmata.
Alright, okay. So teacher would like you to bear in mind this term class plasmodesmata. You're going to use this atau you're going to meet again this term when you learn about transportation nanti. Okay? Okay, so now Malik is already in the bundle sheet cell. So what next?
The malate release
Malik.
carbon dioxide. For,
Okay, what's the process? Name the process. Daripada 4 carbon, it become 3 carbon. Am I right? It
yes,
will remove 1 carbon, right? Yeah.
yes,
So what
madam.
is the process? Kalau you still remember the process that you learn under Krebs cycle. You remember not? Oxaloacetate and then citrate isocitrate. Ingat lagi dalam Krebs cycle, is it? Okay. Right. Okay. So Malik remove 1 carbon. What is the name of the process? Apa nama proses remove the carbon
Decarboxylation.
dioxide? Yes, very good.
Decarboxylation, madam.
Very good boy. Decarboxylation. Okay. So decarboxylation is the process that actually you already juga learn dalam Krebs cycle where you remove 1 carbon dioxide molecule. Okay. Jadi untuk bundle sheet cell undergo the process of Kevin cycle. Source of carbon dioxide pada mana? Luar ke pada malit?
Dari malate.
Isi faham tak soalan cikgu?
Sorry, madam. Dia putus-putus, madam. Dia tak
Okay,
dengar,
cikgu
tak
ulang sekali
jelas.
lagi. Kalau dalam field cell, for the C4 plant, the carbon dioxide is from the outside, right? This is the gas
Oh,
from the
yes.
outside lah. Okay, but for the bundle sheet cell, where does the carbon dioxide come from? Ni carbon dioxide ni datang dari mana? In order
Dari
to the Kevin cycle.
malate
Daripada
juga, madam.
malit lah.
Dari malate.
Yeah, decarboxylation. Yeah, malit where malit will undergo decarboxylation process, remove carbon dioxide, okay, and it becomes pyruvate. You faham Okay, so the carbon dioxide from the malit, it will enter the Kelvin cycle and undergo the same process like what before lah. Betul tak? Okay, so carbon
Betul.
cycle, enter Kelvin cycle, okay. Alright, so easy habiskan what happened to the pyruvate? Pyruvate yang ada kat
Uh,
bundle sheet cell apa berlaku?
the pyruvate will be
Pyruvate tu apa berlaku?
transported back to mesophyll cell and phosphorylated to form PEP,
Okay,
allowing the
if you
following
still
cycle to continue.
remember yeah, okay. Kalau you pada glycolysis kelas right, pyruvate is the product glycolysis. Okay, and before to become you can PEP and the last product is pyruvate kalau before this dalam glycolysis but in this case you can jumpa. So that means class kalau you understand the concept in term of pyruvate and PEP, they are actually connected each other. Okay, so cikgu harap you all tak apa ni, tak get confused, right? You all kalau tengok-tengok balik, oh itu je pusing-pusing, oh the process is not that complicated. Nampak macam complicated tapi not that complicated as what you think lah Okay, Izzy, you have done your part. Congratulations. I hope with the presentation that apa ni, Izzy dah okay, Izzy wakilkan for his group. You can get the idea. Okay, so kalau siapa yang ada soalan, you can drop in the live class. Is there any question? Okay, kalau tak ada, Izzy kalau nak stay boleh stay. Kalau Izzy nak left pun boleh left. It's up to you. Okay, Izzy, thank you
Saya
very much, Izzy. Ada soalan ke?
tak ada. Saya leave madam sebab kalau saya masuk ni line saya teruk. Dia jadi
Okay, no
sekat-sekat.
problem. Alright. Okay, Izzy,
Okay,
thank you
thank you,
very much.
madam.
Alright. Okay, bye. Okay, now we have done with C4. Okay, cikgu harap ikhlas you get the idea of it. Now we move to CAM plants. Alright, what is all about CAM plants? Okay, Huzaifah, I think I pass it to you.
Ya,
Huzaifah
madam.
dulu tu. Okay, so silakan Burhan ada tak ni Burhan? Okay, silakan Zaifah. It's already 2:36.
Yeah,
Saya tiga
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
puluh syarat
Assalamualaikum
balik.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So what is CAM? So CAM is crassulacean acid metabolism, and these plants known as CAM plants for crassulacean acid metabolism, which is open stomata during the night and close them during the day. CAM
Hmm.
is second strategy to minimize photorespiration is found in succulent plant. Uh, ca- I'm sorry, cacti,
Contoh Zaifah,
pineapples,
contoh. Hmm.
pineapples, and several other plant families.
Okay. So several tu banyak lah. Jadi
Hmm.
concentrate focus on the name terus. Jadi kawan-kawan boleh simpan memori. Okay, terus sebut. What is the example for the plants that shows the CAM plants? Terus ingat.
You can,
Okay, ingat
yeah,
je
then,
siapa sini suka minum air air nanas, pineapple. Pineapple ni kalau apa ni pineapple pie ke, buat pie ke kan, buat tart nanas nak raya dah ni saja nak bagi kamu mood jangan stress, okay. So pineapple, right, okay. Cactus, these are the two example of CAM plants. So again Zaifah, can you read, can you apa sebut balik semula apa itu CAM stand for what?
CAM stands for crassulacean acid metabolism.
Sekali lagi.
Crassulacean acid metabolism.
Yeah, okay. So this is the unique of pineapple, or this is the unique of cactus, right? Okay. Let's see. How is this metabolism? Okay, comparison nanti kita buat later. Teacher nak kamu explain dulu this mechanism. Okay, silakan Zaifah.
Okay, so general mechanism for CAM is during the night, stomach is open. These plants fix CO2 into organic acids in mesophyll cells during the C4 pathway, and this organic compound accumulate throughout the night in the vacuole and are decarboxylated during the day. And during the day, the light reactions supply ATP and NADHP to the Kelvin cycle, and CO2 is released from the organic acids.
Okay. Slowly. Teacher nak your friends, okay, get the whole idea of it lah. Okay. During night, okay, stomata open. Okay, bila stomata open Zaifah, what happen?
Uh, when stomata open, and the
Ni.
CO2,
Ah, ingat kelas, dia sebut saja this pathway, we are looking at the fixation of carbon
CO2.
dioxide. So everything semua tentang carbon dioxide, okay? Okay, waktu malam, pokok cactus waktu malam stomata terbuka. So during this night, carbon dioxide banyak ke tak yang akan masuk dalam mesophyll cell?
Uh, banyak.
Okay. Okay. Banyak kan? Right. So next, what
Banyak.
happen when there is a CO2 get into the mesophyll cell?
Uh, it will accumulate throughout the night in the vacuole and are decarboxylated during the day.
Okay. Again, can you please uh, mention balik all the molecule that involved? When you mention about decarboxylation, dia mesti involve, okay, dia terlibat tak dengan PEP carboxylase, PEP, pyruvate, malik tadi?
Uh, apa dia minum? Sekat-sekat dia minum.
Kalau Zaifah realise when
Yeah.
Izzy present about the C4 plant, am I right? Okay, so C4 plants, the first product is C4 organic compounds. Am I right?
Yeah. betul.
Okay, carbon ni 4 molekul carbon, right? Okay, 4 carbon molekul lah.
Hmm.
Okay. How about the CM plant? Sama tak konsep dia?
Uh, tak.
Eh, Zaifa, habis tu? Okay,
Bukan, sorry. Sama-sama.
okay, kalau Zaifa tengok daripada your diagram kamu cantik lah ni, comel lah ni. Okay, so the process is actually exactly the same like what happened in the mesophyll cell of C4 plant. Betul? Cikgu ulang sekali
Uh,
lagi. Pokok nanas, okay, during night, what happened during night is exactly the same like what happened in C4 mesophyll cell. Betul tak?
betul, madam.
During night ikut CAM plant, exactly the same like what happened in C4 mesophyll cell. Betul tak?
Betul, madam.
Yes, sebiji je. So, Huzaifah make it clear kat sini dengan kawan. Itu juga kawan. Geng, apa ni untuk metabolic pathway exactly the same like in C4 mesophyll cell. It just that the difference of CAM plant semua ni berlaku pada waktu apa Zaifah?
Waktu malam.
Ya, itu je. Jadi dia tak ada complicated. Mungkin kamu tengok banyaknya benda nak tengok dalam nota tu kan. You feel so complicated. But actually that complicated tu ialah in term of looking at the diagram But in term of concept, okay, the concept is sebenarnya pusing-pusing tu je. Okay, it's just that still the concept CAM plant also the first product is C4 compound. Carbon, 4 carbon compound. Betul tak? Zaifah What
Ya,
is the 4
betul.
carbon compound? Ya, oxaloacetate ni. Ni 4 carbon oxaloacetate So when
Ya,
carbon dioxide, yes, fixed by PEP, okay, what is the enzyme here? Apa enzyme yang involved sini? PEP, carboxylase lah. Sama juga
ya.
macam
P.
kalau dia CP carboxylase it will catalyze by CP carboxylase to become oxaloacetate. So oxaloacetate 4 carbon, okay, dia akan undergo apa? Carbon dioxide fixed because for inner pyruvate, okay, for inner pyruvate kata phosphate inner pyruvate carboxylase to form oxaloacetate. So oxaloacetate ini kalau tadi dalam mesophyll cell of C4, okay, dia akan reduce to become malate, betul?
Betul.
Dan malate ni akan under enter the bundle sheet cell to the plasmodesmata kan. Okay. So dalam pokok
Yes.
pineapple ini, malit ini kena tunggu waktu siang baru boleh undergo Kevin cycle, am I right? Decarboxylation lah Okay. So apa berlaku pada malit ni pada waktu malam Zaifah?
Dia waktu malam dia akan bertambah lah sebab uh, oxaloacetate will be reduced by the pH to form malate. So
Yeah, I
maksudnya balik
know.
akan tambah.
Okay, kat mana pokok pineapple keep this malit? Kat mana dia simpan?
Vakol.
Vacuole So during night, malic ini will converted into malic acid and it will cap into inside the vacuole. Okay, so vacuole dah akan the malic acid will accumulate in the vacuole. Okay, sebab apa kelas? Sebab apa Zaifah? Dia nak prevent
Prevent the changes
kenapa
of
dia?
pH of
Yeah.
mesophyll cell.
Okay, that's the reason why Okay, so tunggulah hari siang, matahari
Yeah.
terbit. Alright, so bila matahari terbit, what happen?
Stomata are closed, so malate is moved
Yes.
from vacuole into the chloroplast.
Now, where does this pineapple get the carbon dioxide?
Uh,
Where does this pineapple get the carbon dioxide?
from malate.
Yeah, The, okay, sebutlah. Malate will undergo
Mallet will
decarboxylation
undergo
process.
decarbox, yes, decarboxylate and
Hmm.
release CO2 by
Yeah.
forming pyruvate.
Yes, good. So then the carbon dioxide will enter
Enter
the
Kevin
carbon.
cycle.
Yes, okay, the Calvin cycle. And what happened to the pyruvate?
Pyruvate is phosphorylated by ATP through phosphorylation to become phosphoenol pyruvate, which is
So apa
PP.
lagu pada PP ni akan tunggu waktu malam pula. Betul?
Ya, betul.
Itu tunggu waktu malam. Ini kalau berlaku dalam pokok CAM je Jangan kaitkan dengan pokok rambutan ke. Pokok rambutan C3 ke. Pokok rambutan semua during day. Right? Pokok pineapple, pokok cactus, yes, they will do it, tunggu PEP bila apa betul waktu malam, right? Okay. Alright. So this is what actually CAM plants. Ada tak anything you nak tambah, Zaifah? Sorry.
Uh,
Lepas ni ada kelapa?
so far tak ada beza.
Tak ada.
Tak ada.
Puas hati dah. Satisfied.
Ah, bolehlah dikatakan satisfied.
Okay, maintain your A Congratulations for your grade A for PSPM1 So PSPM2 I hope you all apa Zaifah apa ni keep it up. Bawa Burhan sekali. Akak geng.
Thank you,
Semua dapat.
madam.
Okay, so I think thank you Zaifah. You may leave kalau nak leave, kalau nak stay pun it's okay for me. Okay, so kalau tak ada apa-apa kelas, I will share you the video from the H2P4 as well, so that you can combine everything and get the whole idea of photosynthesis lah. So basically, this week 11 we consider done with topic photosynthesis. Okay, chapter 6. So next week, most probably we're going to start with chapter 7, gases exchange. Teacher would like you to go through, okay, and read up. And for my condition, tomorrow I will update the class, okay, whether there will be a relief lecturer or what, okay. So for the time being, teacher tak boleh cakap lagi because tomorrow then I will get a final report lah regarding my situation. Okay, so I think that's all for today. We stop until here. Kita sudahi dengan tasbih kifarah dan surah wal asr kelas Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr innal insana. Okay, thank you Zaifa and thank you for H2P5. Please buat revision in order for you to ready for your UPS2 next week class Okay, so that's all. Thank you for me. Bye. Assalamualaikum. See you class. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you Zaifa. Take care. Bye.